Welcome along in everybody to the Red Card Radio News Hour. This hopefully is the one-stop shop, one place you need to come to for all of your news relating to the Premier League and competitions that English teams are involved in that we care about, as a quick caveat, because no one cares about the Conference League. As always, my name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. That's Sean. He supports Tottenham Hotspurs. Gentlemen, hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. What's up? How are we doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited for this news section. Got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, all right. That's good. That's good. Let's as we like to do before we jump into the content. If you could hit that subscribe button, smash the sub notification bell if you are on YouTube. Drop a comment down below. Join our Discord. It's in the description of either your podcast or your YouTube video. If you're on the podcast site, hit us with a 5-star review, follow, all those good things. Share it with a friend, share it with your mother, share it with your brother. All those things really help us out, and we would love to hear from you guys throughout the week. But what we like to do, we like to hit these comments up that we got. We got a lot of comments last week, and we've, dutifully curated them as best we can, and got a couple that we want to highlight. Now, this first one is specifically aimed at you two liars, you dirty, filthy, disreputable heathens. Lied to me last week.
That is wrongfully termed. We were hopeful and wishfully misinformed.
Yes, because I need this to go away.
We want it to go away.
Will has facts for you, straight facts. And I quote, "The Sunshine Protection Act of 2021 passed in the Senate but has not passed in the House of Representatives. It is unclear whether it will be voted on by the House before the session ends. It seems to me to be pretty silly to set permanent time to daylight savings time rather than standard time. But honestly, it doesn't matter that much to me," says Will. What say you two about lying to me, saying that this was the last time we were falling back? I am.
It could still be. Hold on, we don't know if this is a lie yet. The House could still pass this.
It is presently a lie.
Well,
I just don't want to have to be woken up at 5:40 when I'm supposed to be woken up at 6:40 by my little one anymore. So
I got a story.
I just need the clock to say the same.
I got a story for you by waking up by a little one. My youngest decided it's party time at 3:30, so he shares a room with his older brother, and after a while he wakes up his older brother, and then it's party time from 4:30 on in their room.
You're burying the headline here of how stupid the name is of Sunshine Protection Act of 2021.
Bro, if there's anything that our representatives are not good for, it's naming of bills. Like,
protect the sunshine.
They have some. It's just as bad as the what was the one that just the Inflation Reduction Act or something like that has nothing to do with inflation. These people just the bill name means nothing. This is one of the rare occasions.
For the headline.
This is one of the rare occasions where the bill name kind of sort of pertains to what it's talking about, but the majority U.S. politics is in shambles, and our legislative process is even worse. But yeah, I'd like to point out, guys, that neither one of you guys apologized. Neither one of you guys said sorry.
No, I'm not going to. Not until it's been proven. Not until it is officially a lie. Then I will. But if the House passes this, you're not hearing it from me.
Is that what you would say to your little one, Brad?
Yes.
Bro, everyone's judging you as a father. Sarah, check your man. Come get your mans. Jimmy had a comment about NASCAR. He said, "I can't believe I missed the NASCAR thing. That's insanely dangerous." I think Sean is right. No way they allow that next year. Check the podcast from last week to see what Sean's talking about there, and then just Google.
It was dope. It's like the greatest NASCAR move of all time.
It's hilarious. But somebody's gonna die trying to do it if it doesn't get deleted. Joel had a comment about our trivia from last week. Joel wanted to chime in. It was how many teams has Nicholas Anelka played for? Can you name the teams? Sean just popped off with 6, and there was no way I was getting more than 6, and Sean didn't get more than 3. So Sean was wrong. I won by default. But Joel would have won if he was here, because he claims he would have gotten 8 off the top of his head. He got Bolton, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Brom, PSG, Juve, Shanghai, and Mumbai. He blanked on City and Madrid. I don't understand how you blank on Madrid personally. That was one of the few that I was getting.
Or City.
But that's impressive. That's impressive, Joel. I'm impressed.
Tammy said he had 6.
I think he said 5 or 6, right?
Right. Yeah. 6 out of pinch. Like if somebody came in at 5, he felt like he could on 6.
Yeah, he would have probably gone up for 6. Tamsy did recognize that Brad lifted this this trivia section from someone else.
Football Ramble.
Yeah.
So when you're done listening to us, please give them a like, subscribe, follow too. It's a great podcast.
Yeah.
They get to do this every day. Hopefully you guys can pimp us out and get us some more subscribers, so then we too can do this every day.
Wait, what? You want
Football Ramble comes out of the podcast every day.
You want to do this every day?
I want to get paid to do this every day.
Bro, that's gonna be a minute. Tamsy did have another comment, and the most classically Tamsied thing that's ever happened on the podcast. It's Tamsied correcting pronunciation.
And for all the old school Red Car Radio heads,
Yeah.
we got another Tammy.
If you were here from the beginning, you could think about Tamsied living right underneath me, Sean living underneath Brad, and Tamsied saying, it's Brian Hill. It's pronounced Brian Hill, not Brian Gill. So he wanted to point out that we are not using the appropriate Spanish pronunciation of G.
I don't think that's a Gill we want to die on.
Well, because it's not a hill with an H, but you turn it to a G. There's a reason why you specifically asked me to bring up that comment.
I actually just thought of that right now.
No one believes.
Not even gonna lie.
No one believes you guys.
You don't have to believe me. I know what I know. I did not have that comment till just now, and I was like, "Oh, that's a terrible dad joke. I should say it."
Should we get into the news, the specific news?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, the biggest news story of this week, the one that I don't think we were planning to talk about, is Liverpool Football Club is up for sale. Fenway Sports Group has a sales pitch, I guess. They're eliciting sales pitches for Liverpool Football Club. That's big news.
It's huge news. Bezos and Jay-Z gonna do a buy one get one with the Commanders and now Liverpool.
That would be wild.
I'm not opposed.
I don't think that Liverpool fans would. Working class Liverpool being owned by Jeff Bezos seems like an incongruent connection to me.
And or Jay-Z.
I mean, Jay-Z is probably more working man,
acceptable
man than
hustler.
He used to sell.
John Henry is a lot better.
No,
they could use they could use the Prime drones. Deliver snacks right to the seat.
Yeah, the Prime drone's going to deliver the balls instead of ball boys. They're going to automate it with Prime drones.
Uber Eats does that for Ligue 1. They're actually the sponsor, and they bring the ball in on a car every single match.
Yeah, it's
one. So there is precedence here.
I don't know if I'm going to say that a single RC car driving one single ball to the center of the field is precedent for flying drones to give to soccer players, but
just a job off the ball.
Potato, right?
Yeah.
So in all seriousness, I think this is kind of a massive thing that's happening.
Yep.
If we think about the teams that have been up for sale recently, Newcastle got sold to the Saudi Arabian investment group. Chelsea went for 4.25 billion or whatever it was to Bowley.
It was technically 3, but it ended up being like 5.25 because they had to put certain money into different funds. They had to promise more money to be invested in the company. It was literally 3.5.
You're talking about US dollars though, right? It was like 4.25 billion pounds.
No, I'm sorry, pounds. I'm talking pounds. 3.5 billion pounds. It's $4.25, I think.
Okay.
Million. Because the pound is stronger than the dollar still, sir.
Not significantly, though.
I think at that time it was much stronger, but it ended up being like, it was like 5.25 pounds. If I'm not 100% wrong. It might be dollars. Whatever.
He's talking billions of pounds as well, not just five. Chelsea's worth a fiver, which is probably more accurate to describe their value.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that when I said that.
How much is Liverpool worth?
I think as a total package, you're going to get something similar.
Has to be the most trophies in England, right?
Like, so here's the question, right? And two different football sports. Like I brought up the joke Commanders and Liverpool. But which franchise sells for more? That's very, very interesting.
I mean, it should be Liverpool.
That's Liverpool.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be either because NFL franchises
I think the Commanders are worth more financially than what Liverpool is worth.
For somehow the NFL prints money. And maybe it's because they don't have to pay taxes and they have a monopoly on oblong leather Zeppelin toss. But the NFL has a monopoly, a de facto monopoly. That's not true of real football, of round football, of soccer. But
wow, we can't say that on this podcast, sir. It's a football podcast.
I can't say that the NFL has a monopoly on American football.
Oh no, the S word.
Soccer.
We don't say the S word here. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We use soccer and football interchangeably, but using soccer here is a little bit more. It's a little bit more understandable if we're talking about an American football team and a European football team, English football team. You kind of have to make sure you're speaking clearly enough for people to understand. Yeah, I don't disagree with you that I think maybe the Commanders are sold for more than Liverpool, but certainly, I think Liverpool's worth more than Chelsea.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of like updates or things that need to happen around Liverpool, right? Because like they probably are, but it was 5.25 because it was like 3.5 for the team, and then it was like we will spend at least $1 billion over the next 10 years on the teams, on academy, women's and men's team.
That doesn't count.
We will spend, but that's how they got to the 5.25, and then we will spend like it was like another $1 billion on renovating Stamford Bridge. So like,
but they don't
probably sells for more.
But they don't have to do that anymore. If Todd Bowley tomorrow says I'm closing Chelsea women's, not like Abromavich can come back and be like, but you broke the rules. He can't do anything about it. If Bowley decides to shut down Chelsea women,
I think, I don't know, right? Because clearly I don't have the paperwork. I haven't seen the contract, but I think there were like things in the contract that you agreed to, and that the money is held in, like, it's not like the money is held in a separate account specifically for these things. So either you use that money for that or that money sits. Is how I think the contract was done. And because that was part of the package that everybody had to come to the table with.
I don't know. I mean, you look at Liverpool and you look at Chelsea and you compare them. Liverpool's obviously a bigger club than Chelsea. They have more history. They've won more things. Their stadiums are roughly similar in size. So Stamford Bridge needs expansion just as much as Anfield needs expansion. But I mean, Liverpool are like, I don't want to say they're not. I'm not trying to shit on Everton with this comment, but like they are Liverpool. Like they run the town of Liverpool. And Evertonians will have issues with that, and I understand it.
This is also a question. I don't know if we have the. You're right. You're 100% right. Liverpool is the club. But here's the question. I don't think any of us have the answer to. How much in debt is FSG with Liverpool? Right? Because like all of the clubs besides like 3, Chelsea, Leicester, and Newcastle, operate on debt. So like, what is that figure in comparison?
It's not. I can almost guarantee it's not $1.6 billion. That just gets written off. I guarantee it's significantly smaller than what the Chelsea debt to their owner was. I wonder if Swiss Ramble has had a post about Liverpool and their finances after the announcement. I wouldn't be surprised if he did something on that. I see you furiously typing away. Check that on Twitter if you get a chance.
I thought it was a little odd that
they are fifth with 208 million.
Said American dollars. I thought it was odd that you said that Anfield and Stamford Bridge are roughly the same when you have Anfield, and then you have whatever rundown dog track swap meet you have going on in West London. Like
I meant the only comparison I was trying to make is that they're older stadiums that need upkeep and expansion. Anfield is obviously a better ground than Stamford Bridge. I'm not trying to say I wasn't trying to equate them in that regard. I was just trying.
Stamford Bridge needs help.
Stamford Bridge needs help because Anfield also seats 15,000 more people.
More. Like, could they use it? Yes. Do they need it? No. Anfield's a fine stadium.
Anfield also seats about 55,000. Where like if Chelsea gets over 40,000, that's the capacity.
Yeah, so. Anfield needs modernization.
Probably, but I don't think you want to lose what Anfield is. Like, let's be real. Like, that's what Klopp said. We'll get to this in a second with the Liverpool, with the European matches. He's like, I'm not scared because we have Anfield.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest issue, right? And you talk about needing to preserve that, that feeling, that ambiance of a stadium. Like, that's the biggest issue. You hear Arsenal fans have been decrying it for years about the move from Highbury to the Emirates. You lost the soul of the ground, and like that is something that you have to contend with. So I'm not saying that you don't, but you compare match day revenue for Liverpool and you compare it to Tottenham. They're lagging behind. Everyone's lagging behind Tottenham for match day revenue right now. It's just true.
We charge the most. That's not fair.
What?
It's because we charge the most. We charge ridiculous. That's not fair to everyone.
We have a whole new stadium to pay. Like, that's why. Like, you have the most capacity. You have the most updated stadium.
Well, they don't have they don't have the largest stadium. Old Trafford still seats the most, but I think I feel like Arsenal charge more than Tottenham. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but you guys probably are in the top 2-3 in ticket prices. But you have the second largest stadium in the country. I think it's bigger. Yeah, it's the second largest stadium in the country. But then you also have you probably have way more premium boxes than any other ground in England. It probably rivaled by like the Emirates and maybe City of London Stadium where West Ham play. Those are probably the two grounds that have, because they're the most modern in terms of most recently built. So, and those would make you a lot of money. The premium boxes.
But either way, Liverpool's going to go for an incredible amount of money.
Now we kind of had this conversation last year about Newcastle. That they were kind of languishing. Liverpool are also languishing outside the Champions League area. Do we think it's going to take them? How long do we think it's going to take them? Are they going to be challenging for the Champions League over the next 5 years, or are they going to be able to do it faster? How long do we think it's going to take for Liverpool to really be transformed into a title contending side?
Depends on who buys them.
Dang, nobody bit on my joke. I'm mad. Obviously it depends. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't speculate on who's going to buy them because
the Ricketts backed out. We know the Ricketts are not in the market for them. The Cubs owners that was announced today, but I don't think we have any other speculation on who might be wanting to buy them.
It's probably, I would assume it's going to be a foreign entity. Oh, and I say foreign meaning non-British. I assume it's not going to be a British person. There are Americans that are interested in buying football clubs in England, but it's going to be an expensive one. I think it's going to go for more than Chelsea personally. I don't see how it doesn't. So sign off.
Probably because it also isn't under pressure.
True.
To be sold.
True.
They're like, hey, we want to sell this if you want to offer us the right amount of money.
Yeah.
Where like Rome was like, yo, I gotta sell this. This is the price.
That's true. So there might be like a little bidding war or something like that. It'll be interesting to see. Sign off below. What were your reactions when you saw this? Jimmy, Tamzid, all those. Like, I'd love to hear from all of you guys. Joel, are you fortunate that do you feel good that the Newcastle owners bought Newcastle when they did 9 months ago? Are you happy that the Saudi Arabian investment group is at Newcastle now and didn't wait 9 months to buy a football club? Yeah, I'd love to hear from all you guys. A couple other quick news points that we want to kind of hit up. Champions League and the Europa League had their draws for the round of 16 in the Champions League, and then I'm calling it the round of 24 in the Europa League. But it's like the round of 16 playoff, or I forget exactly what they're calling it. It's not the round of 32 because there's not.
It's the play-in.
Yeah, it's the play-in to get into the round of 16. Anyway, highlights for the Champions League. So we've got Manchester City hosting Leipzig, Liverpool hosting Madrid. Okay, I should say hosted, but so City drew Leipzig, Liverpool drew Madrid, Spurs drew Milan, Chelsea drew Dortmund, and in kind of like the tightened matchup of this breakdown, PSG, because they finished second in their group, were drawn against Bayern. So just quickly, do we like City's chances against Leipzig? Yes. Do we like Liverpool's chances against Madrid?
I think it's a coin toss.
We all just laugh.
I mean, we can.
That's last year's final rematch.
Final rematch.
And none of them won.
I think it's also they played the final 3 years ago as well. So Liverpool, this iteration of Liverpool and that iteration of Madrid have some history recently. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for Liverpool, I think, especially on their current form. Now, Liverpool is a team that can get up for any match. I wouldn't count Liverpool out in the slightest, but that's a big one. Spurs Milan. Do we like Spurs' chance against AC Milan?
Football heritage.
We have Conte against AC Milan, so I'm just gonna trust that he spent the last couple of years learning how to play against them, and we should be ready to go in March or February whenever we start playing these games.
That I think is going to be a good tie because AC Milan's a good squad.
Yes,
I think it'll be a good squad. Chelsea Dortmund. Do you like Chelsea's chances against Dortmund?
Probably.
Yeah, I think
we're the favorites there.
Depends on if they're healthy.
Well, yeah, and we'll get a free preview of Jude Bellingham before he wears blue.
If they're not healthy, Dortmund will win.
Oh my goodness. Wow, you think Jude Bellingham's coming to Chelsea? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
What happened to your boy Declan? Is Declan no longer?
They're both coming.
Oh, so we're getting Declan for 150 and Jude Bellingham for 150?
We're getting Declan for probably under 100, and we'll probably get Jude for 100. Spend another 200 mil on the squad.
I appreciate how Brad's just like deciding that these clubs who have publicly said that these players are not being sold for less than these amounts of money, he's coming out like they're going to take 100 for him. West Ham will take 80 for Declan Rice.
Well, I think Declan is 2024, 2025. He's out of contract, so it's like only a year or two.
My understanding of the Declan Rice situation was he's got another year on his contract after this season, so it would expire in 2024, but there's a club option to extend it through 2025. That's my understanding. It's potentially an incorrect understanding, fully admitted. But we're not here to talk about Brad's fantasy Chelsea midfield in 3 seasons, because we've got Europa League to talk about, damn it. In the Europa League, in possibly the most hilarious matchup, we've got Manchester United drawn against Barcelona. And I've included these other ones because we kind of follow these teams, but Juve are drawn against Nantes, and then Salzburg is drawn against Roma. We like Roma. We like Jose. That'll be interesting. Juve, of course, because Will follows Juve, big supporter of the podcast. We always want to bring it up. And then United Barcelona is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Do you guys think, who do you think wins that?
It's amazing.
Who do you think wins that tie?
I don't know. Does it matter?
It doesn't. Arsenal.
It's the most exciting pointless game ever.
I will certainly be watching Arsenal. We're not drawn into this setting because Arsenal are already through to the round of 16. That's why they're not there. West Ham also avoided the similar playoff play-in the Conference League, so they get to just loop right on through to the round of 16. And I think that brings us to Brad. Brad, it's your moment.
My turn. It's my turn.
Your moment.
All right, so last week we did a player. This week I got 2 managers we're gonna play this game with.
So this is trivia. Brad's got some
trivia. I'm going to name a manager, and the 2 of them are going to bid on how many teams they can guess.
And I guess I have to bid first this week because Sean bid first last week.
That is true. Yes.
Okay.
So, and since we were talking about European football, we're going to start with the special one. Jose Mourinho. How many teams can you name that Jose has managed?
1.
Sean, can you beat the 1? Are you going to go right to the top, see how many you can do out of the, technically 10, but I think you guys will get 9. Like, there's a chance of getting 9.
Why would you say that, Brad?
I said how many total there are.
Not before I made my bid.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, my bad. If I did not, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I broke the rules. My fault. 9 teams.
You got 8. All right, I'm gonna go 9 then.
Okay.
All right.
Who goes
I'll let
first?
you get all 9 out. By the way, I'll tell you if when you're wrong. I'm gonna let you get all 9 out.
Porto. Chelsea. Inter. Madrid. Do I get to say Chelsea again? Does that count?
No, I wasn't counting that as part of the 9.
Okay.
But you're not wrong.
United.
Yep.
Tottenham.
Yep.
Roma.
Yep.
That's where he's at right now. I mean, I don't have anyone before Porto.
One more?
I don't have anyone before Porto.
You want to take a guess? Take a guess.
Preston North End. No, I don't have the smaller Portuguese team that he managed. I didn't count before I just yelled 9. I don't think it's Benfica. I don't think it's Sporting. Did he really manage it?
It's Benfica.
Did he merely manage at Benfica?
Benfica. Okay. 2000. He managed at Benfica. Wow. That was strong.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count because you said Preston North End.
And I said 9.
But wow.
So I only even if
you gave 8.
Well, that was the 8 I had. So
you had Benfica.
No, I had the
Porto.
8.
He had Porto down.
Yeah.
He didn't have Benfica.
I only got to 8. I only got to 8. I only got to 7.
Right.
I only got to 7.
The other Portuguese team he
right. Porto, Madrid, Inter, Roma, Chelsea, Spurs, United. I forgot the pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 7. So I miscounted earlier. I would have gotten 7.
No.
I thought it was going to be.
All right.
So to give, who were the other ones that we missed?
Benfica and União Desportiva de Leiria.
Yeah, I wasn't getting
another
that.
Portugal team. I didn't think y'all would get that one.
Yeah.
I didn't think y'all would get that. But we're going to talk about the man who had a cigar in his mouth last year. The next one, and Sean, you bid first.
Ancelotti.
How many
teams?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 clubs here. 11.
Oh man, this one's more interesting, I think.
Yeah, Jose was kind of like a layup. The special one's kind of like a layup because I think we all know his career.
I mean, from Porto on, we all know his career.
And this is a great time for everybody to take a pause and see if they can name how many they can name.
I got about 4.
All right, he's got 4.
I can do more than 4. Just give me a second.
Were you writing them down?
You're damn right I am.
Oh, what is this?
Why would I?
Okay.
Why would I not?
James writes. I'll just save my 4 to fill the time.
Well, no. Because you have to. This is a bidding thing. I'm trying to outbid you.
Yeah.
All right.
You already
Because
said more than 4. You said more than 4. So.
Right, but he has to give us a number.
I'm going 6.
Sean, can you be 6?
No.
All right. Everton, Chelsea, Munich, Madrid.
Yep.
Milan.
Which one?
Both, I think. Isn't it both?
When you say Milan,
Inter. I think it's both. I think it's both. If you say it's Milan, if you say Milan, you're saying AC Milan. But I also have Inter Milan.
Okay.
Those are the 6 that I've come up with. That I think I feel like he coached. I want to say. I also want to say Juve, but I'm not sure on that one, so I don't. I think you make it seem like I'm wrong on one of the Milans. Which one? Inter? Yeah. Okay.
He's the correct one.
But you're right with Juve. So Sean.
Sure.
That's a Sean dub.
Which ones were you had all those, right?
I had Madrid, AC, Everton, Chelsea.
Okay.
All right. So he started at Reggiana. Probably messed that completely up. Parma. Juventus, AC Milan, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, how did I forget PSG?
Real Madrid, Bayern, Napoli, Everton, Real Madrid again.
Oh, Real Madrid doesn't count twice.
Yeah.
Those were good. I liked those.
I thought this one was fun. You guys hit us up in the comments which one you liked better, managers or player. And because I got lists for both. I can do both. We can mix this up. We can football ramble it up. Have some fun and see. Did Sean win both of those?
I think technically.
Or was it 1-1?
I think technically Sean gets both of those because I overbid myself.
Good job, Sean.
He's winning 2-1 in the table, or he's got 6 points and I've got 3 points. I don't know how we're gonna keep track of this, but
it's 2-1.
2-1. We'll go with that. Hit us up in the comments. Leave us a comment. Share this with a friend. Share it with your mother. 5-star, sub notification bell, all those things, the things that YouTubers ask you to do, please do those things for us. That's at KSBradG on Twitter, at Whiteheart_Sean on Twitter. I'm at James Tiffany on Twitter. We collectively are at RedCard_radio. Check back tomorrow. We have a preview of the last match week before the World Cup kicks off. So definitely want to check that out. We will see you guys next time.